That was horrible. All around the house grew the children's friend. Okay, full transparency because that's who I am. We've restarted this episode 3 times because I couldn't get my stupid rhyme to work. I've been trying to make like a poem about gingerbread men.
And you started both times with like growing children. In the house, the children are growing.
I looked one up. Maybe this will be good.
This is a Christmas story about Attack of the 50-Foot Children.
Not the 50-foot gingerbread man.
No, gingerbread men have nothing to do with it. The gingerbread men are normal size in the story.
Far away in the forest lives a little old woman and a little old man. I had no diction there. A little woman and a little old man. They love each other a lot. Every day the old little woman builds the old little woman.
Who wrote this?
I don't know.
This is crazy.
This is some lady. This is on scribd.com.
It's a play script. The Gingerbread Man.
You can narrator. You can have a few of them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The gingerbread man, the old woman, the man, the cow, the bear, the fox.
They're animals.
You can't add 2 more river actors. I mean, what?
To add more river.
It doesn't make any sense. Hi, I'm Derek.
Hi, and I'm Isaac.
I guess we're sticking with this.
Did you want to go?
I think we're going to stick with this.
No, we can definitely stick with this take. Did you want to tell? I'm very invested in this Gingerbread Man script.
Okay.
If we could please.
Yeah.
So normally we do not do these things on our podcast. We call That Was Horrible.
Typically, podcasts where we
do our best
at
reviewing Christmas movies all of a sudden.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
The whole time we're watching that one about the sexy, not Santa Claus, was the thing that gets cold.
There's nothing. The snowman.
Sexy snowman.
Yeah, exactly.
Just came out. It's like everyone's talking about how his dick is like frozen and then melts in.
I can't tell if you're messing with me or not. I can't tell if this is real or not.
I also don't know if that's a
But
big
yes, typically we watch and review the lower end of horror movies. Today I am deeply invested in the Gingerbread Man script play. Is there anything of interest in the script?
Well, yeah. So I'm just going to read you one small little bit here.
Please.
Minimized it.
We could,
so yeah, we got
play in this space. I'll take a character. I got the chops, Derek. I can be an actor.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Isaac. I didn't pay for a Scribd membership,
so we don't have that much.
In order to click through, I have to watch an ad, and it's just a lot.
That's terrible.
Doesn't make for good content.
What
but I have
has
this
it given
page,
us?
so I have a random page in the Gingerbread Man script.
Here we go.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is what you guys came here for, right? This is the content you create.
Let's just switch off every other character.
Yeah, all right, cool.
So I'll read the little director note.
Sure.
The stage directions. The gingerbread man pops out from under the table, grabs the gingerbread man toy, the cardboard or stuffed one. What?
They're giving you options.
And runs out of the house, past the old couple, and to the center of the stage where he runs around in a big circle singing his part.
I just want to know how he just okay, yeah.
How's he doing that?
I have a lot of questions.
Stage? How did they plan
about the gingerbread man?
Is
the
he
logistics
a small
of it.
Child?
Is it a person running across the stage with like a stick puppet, or like on their hand? You just see a man run. Imagine it's a full-grown man though, and he just runs across the stage.
I imagine it's just like a big man, beer belly, didn't get a shirt big enough,
so his belly
like a little
sticking out a little bit,
and he's got a little gingerbread man puppet on his hand.
Yes. No, is it stuffed or is it cardboard?
Well, it's either one is possible.
Either one is.
He probably has
the possibilities are endless. Stuffed or cardboard,
which makes the logistics of putting on this production, mounting the gingerbread man, is a lot of work. Anyway,
that's really the biggest.
Please start reading the old man's dialogue here.
Stop!
The old man jumps out of the bench, waves his cane in the air, and starts chasing the gingerbread man. No, the ad!
We lost the trial.
Everyone was so invested.
Tension. My God, what's going to happen? This old man shouting stop at this beer-bellied man running with this gingerbread puppet, which is cardboard or stuffed. Who knows?
It took too long.
I didn't know we had a time limit.
I didn't either.
I didn't know we had.
I thought I hit. Okay, it's back.
Okay. So we say stop.
Thumbs up. He makes 1 or 2 laps and collapses on the bench, tired and wheezing.
Wow. This is terrible. Oh, and then old woman goes, stop.
The old woman does the same. She follows her husband in the chase, makes 2 laps, and sits next to him on the bench being tired.
I feel like that would get really played really fast, making a whole lap and then another lap chasing this gingerbread beer-bellied man.
Okay, I want to be the gingerbread man.
No, okay, so, but the gingerbread man laughs.
Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
That's not even a joke. And he runs faster! Exclamation mark.
Then he meets a brown and white cow. She's chewing grass.
Why are there two separate narrator lines, one right after the other?
It said
It
in the
indicates
note at the beginning you
that
can
there are
have
two
as many narrators as you want.
That's
This
what
is
you
a
do
very
like
inclusive play.
the community theater where you don't want to cut people. You just want
No,
everybody to be a part of it. So everybody gets to be a narrator.
Okay, we got to keep reading though. We're gonna lose.
Oh, yes,
it.
please. Okay, so what's the cow?
Then he meets a brown and white cow. She's chewing grass. The gingerbread man stops as he meets the cow. The cow is chewing grass again. You said that. Like
You already
20
said
times.
it.
She notices the gingerbread man.
Ooh,
That's
a
your cow?
gingerbread man. Yummy. Stop.
The cow.
It says it in quotes like she's like making fun of them.
Stop.
Don't come over. Stop. Don't you look delicious? Don't you come over this way. I'm just a delicious white and brown cow. Is that what it's
The cow rubs her stomach, licks her lips, and
With
starts
her
chasing the
hooves?
gingerbread man. After 2 laps, tired, she takes place next to the old couple. Oh my gosh, I'm so invested right now.
We can't. We have to go through another ad. Is there more? Can we see more?
There's 7 pages of this.
I
man.
mean, that's the whole play.
and we started in the middle. Yeah.
Hold on, you're telling me the entirety of this play is 7 pages long?
Yeah, with like I think this is like 18-point font. So the gingerbread man laughs. You do the gingerbread
I'll
man
be
voice
the
this time.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me.
Man,
I'm the gingerbread
He's got a
man.
little really diverse dialogue.
Yeah,
you know?
he's got a lot going
I think
on.
this is all he says.
the
entire
script says you can have multiple gingerbread men.
No, it doesn't. You can only have one gingerbread man.
I wrote it in.
It's not men. It's gingerbread man.
And not gingerbread woman,
Oh,
apparently.
no.
Don't even get me
Couldn't
started.
And
Now-
the gingerbread man runs faster. Next, he meets a brown bear. He is eating honey.
Oh, you gotta be the bear.
Oh, you're right.
Please.
Okay, will you read the stage direction then?
Yes. The bear appears from behind the tree. Oh, so now there's a tree. Do we have enough in the budget for a tree? I don't even
Not
know.
at all. We're going to have to cast one of the kids as the tree.
He is eating honey from the beehive. Well, now we got to get a beehive too. When he notices the gingerbread man.
A gingerbread man. Yummy. Stop.
Why do people keep saying stop?
Stop.
What is
The
going
bear
on?
rubs his tummy, licks his lips, and starts chasing after the gingerbread man. They literally copy and pasted the cow.
It's the
words.
exact
It's
same
the
thing.
exact same words.
It's the same thing. Is it both the same actor? Can the cow also be the bear?
Yeah, probably. But it would be a really weird costume.
Yeah, no, it'd be
Would it be like Voldemort? Oh, I said the word.
Whoa.
In the first Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's
Oh,
Stone.
like on the back of the head kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you turn,
Coral.
you're the cow, and you turn around, and there's a bear back there.
My whole life.
It's-
You look at the front of me, you're like, that's just a guy. I turn around
From the back,
that's
there's a bear.
There's a bear.
And there were a couple of years there in your life where people kept telling you that, and you would freak out and run away.
It's
You're like,
true.
"There's a what behind me? God, nobody warned me!" And you're running, and you fall down. You're so tired, like I think I outran the bear. And then the bear starts talking.
The bear starts talking.
whispering to you and saying, "Yummy."
Yummy. Stop. Okay, we're gonna try some. We're gonna do something a little different here. And if this doesn't
What?
work, I'm actually gonna cut it out. Just for context, though, yeah, we review horror movies. If you don't know us,
Yeah, welcome
then
in. If this is the
I'm so
first
sorry.
time, wow, I'm so welcome in. Please have a seat. We got the fire going. We got hot cocoa and other merriness. What do people do around Christmas time? I don't know. We got Santa hats for all of us here involved. But yeah, today we to give you a little bit of information while we do our nonsense right here. We did watch and we will review a movie called The Gingerdead Man from 2005.
Okay, yeah, we did that. I
just want to. Where's the cow? Where's the bear?
There was no bear. There was no
bear.
cow. No one went. Stop. Okay, so I need to first preface this with I'm not a big fan of AI. I think AI is ruining a lot of people's jobs, but I do think it is useful in certain aspects.
What are
But
we about to do?
I do think that it also could create hilarious comedy. So we're gonna try something here. We're gonna do a little bit, and if it works, we'll probably make it into a side episode because I think it'd be really, really funny.
Oh no. Okay.
So
I have no idea what he's about to do. This
I
is
have-
new for me too.
Well, hold on. I need to fix my.
Yeah. We really gotta sit here and
So I'm
put in the
currently
zeros and
asking.
ones on
I'm
this
currently
one.
asking ChatGPT, the almighty overlord, to make me a 2-man script that is 3 pages of a horror gingerbread man story. Because we got to keep the theme.
No.
Got to keep the theme.
This is gonna... It gives us a cast, too?
Well, 2 people, because I asked for 2 people, right? And we'll just read one scene.
This is insane.
This is not our podcast,
This is
also
wild.
Very funny,
This
right?
is crazy.
Are you with me? Because if not, we can cut
I'm
this whole
so
thing.
curious what's about to happen. I have to know now.
Just have to say we don't do anything with AI for our podcast. This is very new. Okay. We have the baker, a weary, reclusive baker who is determined to create his greatest work yet.
Wow, we have a lot of info about these
the
guys.
Gingerbread Man, a sinister, living creation with a dark, vengeful personality.
This thing is evil. Goodness.
All right, which character would you like to play?
I want to be the baker.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll be. Can I talk like Gary Busey though?
You have to talk like Gary
Yes,
Busey.
be the Gingerbread Man.
That's exactly what he sounds like.
Okay, there's way too much stage directions,
Oh,
so we're just gonna
goodness.
ignore that.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
just,
yeah.
You know.
Okay,
Go ahead.
We start. All right, so flour, sugar, ginger, and just a pinch of
Pulls out a dark vial.
hesitates. This pauses, then pours it in the. If this works, they'll all remember my name.
He stirs the mixture with a frantic energy, then slams it down on the counter. He begins shaping it into the figure of a man.
A masterpiece, my finest creation, not just any gingerbread man, a perfect gingerbread man.
Keep going.
You'll be beautiful and alive.
Yeah, nice Frankenstein reference. The baker leans back in his chair, staring at the oven.
He was
Minutes
doing all of this in
pass.
a chair.
A strange scratching noise comes from inside.
What? Sitting up. The scratching grows louder, followed by a low, unnatural chuckle from within the oven. The baker freezes, his face pale. It can't be. The oven door creaks open slowly. The steam hisses out, and the gingerbread man steps out, his eyes glowing faintly red and a wicked grin stretching across his cookie face.
Hello, baker.
Stammering, you're alive.
Oh, I'm much more than alive. You made me, didn't you?
Yes, I made you. You're my creation, my masterpiece.
A masterpiece? Or a monster?
This is just fucking
Frankenstein.
This is just Frankenstein.
Okay, keep going for just like 2 more minutes.
Oh my god. Okay, you're supposed to be perfect, sweet, harmless.
Harmless, you poured dark magic into my dough. Did you think there wouldn't be consequences?
That is honestly kind of wild that this gingerbread man literally poured a vial of dark essence,
and he's
like,
like, "What?
"Why is he
Why does
evil?
that
Oh no!" It was just a recipe. I didn't think.
You cutting him off. You didn't think at all. You played with forces beyond your control, and now you'll pay.
No, wait! I can fix this. I'll bake another one. A friend for you. This is just Frankenstein.
A friend?
That's good,
I don't
that's good.
need friends, Baker. I need revenge. Revenge for what?
The gingerbread man lunges at the baker, who stumbles backward, grabbing a rolling pin to defend himself. How big is this gingerbread
I don't know, man.
I'm very curious. Stay back! I'll smash you into crumbs. Okay, pretty good.
Oh, Baker, you can't destroy what you've brought to life.
The baker swings the rolling pin, but the gingerbread man dodges effortlessly. He scuffles up to the counter, knocking over bowls and utensils.
You should have read the fine print of that recipe. I'm not just alive, I'm unstoppable.
The baker grabs a bag of flour and then throws it at the gingerbread man. The room fills with a white cloud. Where are you? From the mist, the gingerbread man's glowing eyes emerge.
But run as fast as you can. Oh,
no.
Wait, that was actually kind of good. Let's just finish it. Keep going.
We have one more scene, I guess. Scene 3, the final reckoning. Let's see. It's just a cookie. It's just a cookie. A faint tapping begins on the other side of the door.
You can't hide from me, Banker. You made me too fast, too smart, too strong.
Please, I didn't mean to.
But you did. And now I'm going to finish what you've started.
The tapping grows into loud bangs. The baker scrambles to a workbench, grabbing a knife. He holds it tightly, his hands shaking. Come on, then. Let's end this.
The gingerbread man stands there, larger now, his limbs cracking but glowing with a fiery energy. His grin is wider, his voice distorted.
End this, Baker. This is just the beginning.
This is terrifying. Absolutely.
He lunges, the stage goes dark, and the audience hears the baker scream. When the lights return, the gingerbread man stands alone in the room, crumbs scattered across the floor. He picks up the baker's chef hat, placing it jauntily on his own head. To the audience, he says, "Who's next?"
The lights flicker out.
Okay,
The sound of footsteps fade into silence.
Okay, like, I'm a little mad, though.
What the hell?
That was
What
wild.
just happened?
I don't know, man.
What was that?
I don't know if we'll keep that in. We'll keep it. Probably because I don't like editing. But also, like, that was kind of crazy,
That
right?
was what I don't have words. It was
That
just
was-
Frankenstein, first of all.
Yeah, it was. 100%.
And just like, where did he get this dark essence? What is it that he put in there?
No,
Like,
Lord. I mean, I did ask it to make me a 3-page
yeah, exactly.
script, right?
Of course, yeah.
That was a 5-minute stage production.
That's fair, and better so far than the Gingerdead Man
I was just about
from
to say
2005
that it was arguably better than the actual movie we're here for.
I mean,
all
I
right,
would
we've
say-
been That's Was Horrible. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for
this week. No,
joining
I'm just
us.
kidding.
Next will be Christmas next time too, as well.
We should probably get into the movie now, though.
Yeah, we watched The Gingerdead Man from 2005, which was just it was certainly picked because of the look of the Gingerdead Man. Derek, how would you describe this wonderful cookie monster piece?
Well, it is your grandma's profile picture on Facebook.
Yeah, so should I tell? That's
mean, yeah.
This is a fun story. So a while back, many Christmases ago, my grandmother, for no reason at all, not telling anybody, not commenting on this whatsoever, went to her Facebook, changes her profile picture on Facebook to a close-up, grainy picture of the Gingerdead Man from this movie. And if you've seen it, it's just this like wrinkly, nasty human.
He doesn't look anything like Gingerdead
No,
Man,
but it's
for
like
the
this
record.
human face slapped in the middle of like a cookie shape, right? It's nasty. It's hard to look at. It's real gross, right?
It sure ain't the Pillsbury Doughboy.
It sure ain't the Pillsbury Doughboy. Oh, that is a line from
That is
this.
a
Yeah,
line
he
from
does
the-
say
yeah,
that.
So that was actually a reference.
But so my grandmother did that, and we didn't really know what to do that. My sister thought it'd be fun to join, and she's like, I'm going to make that my profile picture too. So then my brother and I all made it our profile pictures too. So there was a solid like month and a half where there were like the four of us that just had this awful looking man as our
Incredible.
as our profile picture.
I am a big fan. Yeah, he's not pretty, and he doesn't look like Gary Busey either, who is the voice of the Gingerbread Man.
Yeah,
We should-
Gary
we should-
Busey, you may
Gingerdead
know-
Man.
You may know him from movies and stuff. Okay, listen, I'm going to be so real
No,
with you guys.
He's not real.
We literally had to Google why Gary Busey is famous because we don't know the things that he's from. Apparently, there have been a lot of movies.
I asked Google. I said, "Okay, Google, why is Gary Busey famous?" And it didn't answer me.
and she's doing it right now again.
Oh, yep. Just listen to the whole conversation.
Now we get to have a whole conversation with Google about why is Gary Busey famous.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure she answered me on a different hub.
that's
in
fair.
my house,
we looked it up, and he's been in movies. He's an actor. He's also done musician stuff as well. He was like mostly known for being Buddy Holly in the Buddy Holly movie, which he won. He was nominated for an award for that one, I believe.
that Weezer movie.
That Weezer, you know, ooh wee ooh, I look just like Buddy Holly.
Uh-oh.
Is that you as the Gingerbread Man?
And I married Tyler Moore. That is a very clever lyric. I am known on paper for hating Weezer, basically for no reason.
Yeah.
And I gotta give it to him.
They wrote it. They got a good one.
Mary Tyler Moore is a very funny line.
That's pretty good, right?
It's a great line.
It's great. Props to you, hey Whizzer.
Whizzer.
Hey Whizzer. Good job on that. Good job
I mean,
on that
there
one,
was got to be
Whizzer.
something that Gary Busey was like, "This is my thing. I'm famous."
All I
because
could find was the Buddy Holly movie.
of-" It
He's
might
just a
be
guy.
because of him, because he is Gary Busey.
What's great about Gary Busey is if you go look him up on Google, the first like 2 pictures that pop up are just him like screaming at the camera. He just has mouth wide, scream face going on. He seems like a crazy character for sure.
All right,
and he was interesting Gingerdead Man.
My great father-in-law is going to be sending me a message.
Oh,
I feel it in
absolutely.
my bones. It's like, this is exactly why Gary Busey is famous, and I'm gonna be like,
He was in Predator
thank
2.
you.
I know
Were you?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's also been in a lot of the Grand Theft Autos.
the Busey, the Gary,
He
the
played Phil Cassidy
Busey.
in Vice City. For those of the know, yeah, man, I don't know. He was also in the
There
first.
are a lot
Star
of
is Born.
credits here. Goodness.
Yeah, he's in 184 credits. And
Oh,
he was
okay.
a musician, so he's.
That's fair. That's fair.
Did he sing? I have the.
Maybe everybody knows Gary Busey except for us, but
Maybe
I
we're wrong.
recognize
I
him
mean, I
by
know who
name
he
and
is.
face alone.
I mostly know him because he posts those videos on YouTube where he's just like insane, and it's hilarious. to listen.
What?
Yeah, he's just crazy. He's just a crazy man.
He's kind of a wild card of a person, huh?
He was in A Star is Born,
Mm-hmm.
DC Cab, Silver Bullet, Eye of the Tiger, Lethal Weapon, Hider in the House, Predator 2, Point Break, Under Siege, The Firm, Drop Zone, Black Sheep, and Lost Highway.
Whoa!
Those are all his famous.
What a career!
famous
And to
movies.
top it all off with
Gingerdead
the Gingerdead Man in 2005. Woo-wee! What a movie to be watching.
You know, one time he in 1996 he held a press conference
Oh.
where he announced that he was a Christian. He said, "I am
He held a press
proud
conference for this.
to tell Hollywood that I am a Christian for the first time, and I am now free to be myself."
Do you think he told anybody what that was about beforehand, or was he just like, I have a press conference, everyone needs to show up?
Well,
I'm not going to tell you why.
it's actually kind of sad because it was after his cocaine overdose and the events of a motorcycle accident
Okay.
kind of turned his life around. So
All right.
maybe we shouldn't make fun of Gary Busey.
No, of course not. I'm not here to make fun of the man. I saw him. I was like, okay, this is the man we got at the helm of this Gingerdead Man.
But he was also in Piranha 3 Double D, so I don't know what we can even say.
So we got to check that one out now. Let's have a
We've talked about
Busey
that
marathon.
it's a
Get
Busey
Lucy
song.
with the Busey.
What are you drinking?
Oh, it's Bilbo bartender. It's great to see you. What's
Hello.
what's this little concoction here? Tastes good. Tastes if I may, gingery. You know.
Well, there's a reason.
Oh, what's that? Now, Bill, I have to stop you here. You cannot say you killed ginger people with red hair and freckles.
Now, hold on.
Oh,
They don't
I
taste
just-
anything like
I'm-
Ginger the plant.
I'm just going off of what you were known for doing and what you put in
I
these drinks.
only put the bones of children in my drinks.
What color was their hair? What color was the hair?
I don't discriminate. Any color, really. Even bald.
And even bald.
I mean, once the furnace kicks in.
No!
Wow, that was a bad
Bilbo,
joke.
that was bad.
Probably the worst thing I've ever said. I don't know if I want to put that on the internet. Okay. Well, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
It was Bilbo. Anyway,
Throw it off to your other character. What's in the drink that we're drinking?
it's just like a coffee, ginger coffee. I was going to do, ginger ale and little vodka, what you normally do. For Moscow mules.
Oh, okay,
of the sort. But I thought
you
that
went
was
with
too obvious.
You went with a cozier vibe this time. Yeah, I'm liking the cozy vibe for sure.
I'm gonna go back to hell where I belong. Goodbye.
I mean, we can spin it. It's like, they cooked the gingerbread man in a furnace, and so we can say we're making cookies. That's what we're doing.
But that is the fourth time today that I've been like, I should probably cut that out of the episode.
There have been a couple of
and
those.
we're 21 minutes in.
Yeah, and
so
we're listen, it's a safe space
talking
here.
about
Everything's
Gingerdead
fine.
Man.
We can talk about the Gingerdead Man. Derek, what you got as far as information on this movie?
man, not a lot, surprisingly, because this movie is like pretty well known as far as like B movies go.
You would imagine, just like with the notoriety has had around it, just the people that talk about it. But there's not a lot of information.
Well, it did spurt out two sequels.
Oh, that's right.
Gingerdead Man 2, Passion of the Crust.
That's pretty good, actually.
Freaking, that is so funny.
That's hilarious.
And Gingerdead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver.
Okay.
Also very clever.
Also pretty good.
Saturday
They,
Night
like the
Fever.
naming conventions, they're kind of popping off. Like,
So
not going to lie.
The production company behind this is our good friends. Oh, lost their name.
Nope.
Full Moon Entertainment.
Full Moon
And they're also
Entertainment.
known for the Evil Bong series.
Yeah,
which
did you guys hear about that?
Just a giant bong
It's
with
just
a face.
bong
like
with
a puppet.
It's scary looking.
Like the thing you smoke weed out of. you
yeah,
get high.
but this one's got a face and it makes you feel real bad.
Yep.
Like, but not in the good way.
Well,
like
there's
in a really bad way.
There's a bunch of those. Evil Bong 420, Evil Bong High Five, Evil Bong 666.
I'll say
Evil
not as
Bong
clever.
777,
Not as clever as the gingerbread ones.
and Faux Batty Boop. And
Sorry,
I'm gonna
one more,
just let you
one
sit on
more
that.
time. Faux
No.
batty boop. Huh? That's one of them.
That's the character. His name is Faux Batty Boop.
I can't even begin to wrap my head around that.
I don't want to talk about it. It scares me.
But they did merge these two.
Yes,
the worlds collided.
That's what I was about to say. So Gingerbread Man versus the Gingerdead Man.
Yes, Gingerdead
versus
Man.
the Evil Bong was a series. And then the Gingerdead Man actually became a reoccurring antagonist in most of those movies I just listed.
That's insane. He keeps showing up.
Yeah. He's also the overarching antagonist of Evil Bong 777, even though he is dead in the entire film. And he has a minor cameo at the end of Evil Bong 888 Infinity High.
So hold on. They did 666, then 777, then 888
Yep.
Infinity High. That's ridiculous.
But, so I don't know if you caught the information there. That means that in Evil Bong 4, 5, and 6,
Yes.
the main antagonist is, in fact, Gingerdead Man.
Okay, so they really just took this guy. They're like, okay, we're done with him in his own movie. He did great. We need you to come help save the day in the Evil Bong movies.
It kind of feels like Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
Where they were like, now these two characters are together. Let's
just every movie now. We can't do a movie without the two of them. Listen, the audiences love it. Derek, I need you to put more of that Gingerdead Man in there. No, listen, I was thinking I wrote this really cool. He's like a giant duck, and I think that could be really fun.
No. Keep the Gingerbread Man. I like that funny guy.
But then, like, what if the duck?
No.
The duck comes in
Hey,
and
who's signing your paychecks?
He pecks on the. Okay.
Who's signing your paychecks?
It's you. It's
no. I don't sign your paychecks. Who signs your paychecks?
Well, then who are you?
I was just a guy.
You're just some guy.
I'm the janitor. I just walked in here one day and they let me start writing the movie.
I'm the janitor who had the big ideas and now I'm really making the movies.
I literally just walked in stoned to work one day and I said, hey, what if the bong is the bad guy? And they said, no. What if the Gingerbread Man's the bad guy? And I said, I don't disagree. And they said, give this man a chair.
I don't.
So now I sit on this chair with no desk and no table.
Just sitting here with a chair.
I just have this
chair and a master brain.
In fact, I don't know who you are and why you're in my office.
You're in the middle of the hallway.
I could really use a gingerbread cookie right now. So if you could please appease me.
Yes. No, sure. We got one. It's called The Gingerdead Man. You want to hear all about it?
It's a movie from 2005.
That's the one.
Well, I'll
sit
cozy in my chair and listen to Derek talk about it.
You got any more information?
Yeah, so this movie had a Rotten Tomatoes score of nothing. From the critics.
No.
And then why is it on your podcast? Get out of here, man. Go sit back in your corner.
Go leave. Look, I'm going to throw this gingerbread cookie all the way over there.
Go
get it.
All right. The audience scores is 28. Letterboxd is sitting at a 1.8. IMDb is sitting at a 3.4. Budget cannot find. I don't know. It's nowhere to be found. Maybe it didn't have a budget.
It's mostly one location. It's like a bakery shop, some interior shots of that, and
a little bit exterior
of like the store across the street, and that's basically it.
It is it.
That's all there is.
So
to
I'm
it.
assuming they broke into this bakery.
Yeah,
and that didn't really look like a bakery. If we're being completely
there was
honest.
a big sign they put over the front of it that's like, "What is this place actually?" What do you?
And I'm also like 90% positive that the oven that they were using was a fridge.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
But they put like lights inside of it. Like I'm almost convinced because they use it like they call it a freezer and a furnace. I think it was the same thing with different lights inside.
Yeah,
of it.
I think it was the exact same problem.
Probably.
It's fine.
Who knows?
I don't know how much it made either. This movie did not do well though.
No, I mean, yeah,
which is like understandable. It only really released on DVD in 2005. For a short period of time, but then it was re-released on Blu-ray this year, actually.
Oh, shoot.
In the year of our Lord, August 13th, 2024.
Wow.
Featuring remastered visuals and behind-the-scenes bonus feature. Why didn't we watch that?
Was that one?
Why didn't we watch that?
Derek,
idiots.
how was the quality of the movie that we watched?
It was like watching a toaster just slowly degrade into Minecraft graphics, if I could describe it properly.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely the way it was. Because when we watched the trailer was so poor in the quality that we literally couldn't tell what was happening.
Yeah, it was wonderful. That was definitely just ripped from a VHS.
Yes.
You know that I don't remember. There's like a term for it. There is something that happens when you like re-record VHSs over and over and over and over again. Yeah, it's crazy. There's a video on YouTube. I highly recommend everyone go looking it up. It's like what happens when you tape over a VHS over and over or something like that. Just look that up. It's a guy, he has one clip that he just plays over and over and over, and each time it's getting retaped on a VHS.
Does it get like
it is horror.
each
Yeah, it's
time?
terrifying because it like degrades itself more and more.
That's kind of fun.
It kind of felt like this had been recorded like 8 times.
Yeah, exactly. We're all sharing the same one VHS of Gingerdead Man. There's not more than that.
Yeah, I actually... When I rented the movie, I got a phone call, and then they like
Gary
like
Busey said,
number.
"What are you doing with my VHS?"
Well, no, it was like Alley 7, number 203, and then click, and I was like, "Oh, excuse me." Then I had to like put on a cloak and like walk down the street.
Yeah, okay.
And I finally found it. It was this little locker. Went inside. Each wall had like a different.
So there were multiple
vault.
lockers.
Yeah, it was like The Substance, and there was.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say this sounds familiar, like the movie The Substance, maybe.
And then I got the VHS and I had to take it home. But the problem is, it specifically says you can't rewind it. If you rewind it, you die.
You die. You must respect the balance of
Be
going
kind,
forward.
don't rewind.
Yes, be kind, don't rewind.
Which is
for your own
It's a little
sanity.
reference to you old people out there.
Hey. Or for you less old people, there's a movie that had Jack Black in it, also called Be Kind, Rewind.
Well,
Did you ever see that movie?
I did. It was good.
It's kind of a good movie.
High Fidelity was also good.
I haven't
Don't
seen
know why
it
we're talking about
in
it.
decades.
Just
I
saying
haven't
was
seen it in
also
a very
good.
long time.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's basically all I have to say on Gingerbread Man.
Do you wanna-
Oh, we can talk about who wrote it. It
Who
was written
did
by
it?
Charles Band, and it was directed by Charles Band. Please forgive me.
Charles Band the Man.
And it was written by William Butler and Dominic Mia.
Dominic,
Yeah, you heard me. Dominic Mia.
Okay, yeah.
So actually, Mr. Charles Band went on to do some pretty good stuff. He did that movie, The Puppet Master, or he produced the movie, The Puppet Master, which is pretty well known.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He kind of just became a producer. He actually has 440 producing credits on
Whoa,
IMDb. So like
okay.
he grew up.
Mans
you know?
is a producer. That's his thing.
And if you look through his directing, boy, he did Barbie
What's
and
in there?
Kendra, Save the Tiger King.
Barbie
He did,
and Kendra.
Yep, you heard me.
Okay.
And Barbie and Kendra Storm Area 51.
Now,
I have
are
to
these
know.
actual Barbie properties, or did they just bastardize the name?
No, they definitely just bastardized
No, that's
the
definitely
name.
not the
That's-
Barbie we know and love.
I would argue that is softcore.
That looks like a
pornography.
crazy movie.
Cannot.
Lord.
Yep, it is 100%. It is 100% softcore.
But
porn.
it says
All
it's
right.
a comedy.
But Mom, it said it was a comedy. I didn't know.
How was I supposed to know it was softcore, Mom?
So he did a bunch of stuff that was all like softcore porn after
Okay, yeah.
Gingerdead Man. So that's fun.
That's
good for him.
Yeah, that's great.
William Butler, one of the fantastic writers for this film, he made Baby Oopsie. Can't forget about that.
Of course, my favorite movie, Baby Oopsie.
You know they made two of those.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that's
The
fine.
number 2 is Baby Poopsie made an oopsie.
He also did-
Get it? Because it's like a play on like the number 2 when you go to the bathroom. You know, it's like a thing. Anyway, what else do you
That's
see?
pretty good. Waffle Hut.
Of course.
You know there are 3 Baby Oopsie movies.
You're kidding me.
So you got
Are
Baby
they just
Oopsie?
called 1, 2, and 3, or do they
No,
have?
no.
Oh,
No,
good,
no.
good.
Don't you worry.
Thank
you got
goodness.
Baby Oopsie. You got Baby Oopsie the feature, and then you got Baby Oopsie 3. Burn Baby Burn.
These are just not clever. There's
So
nothing.
these are definitely just Chucky.
Did that
ripoffs.
baby go to hell? What the hell?
Yeah, Baby Oopsie is terrifying.
Lord.
It's a terrifying puppet.
Yeah,
those-
I do not like.
We need to watch Baby Oopsie for the podcast.
I
Oh
wish we
yes,
didn't.
No, we do.
Oh, this
We-
puppet looks horrible.
We gotta watch Baby
Ah!
Oopsie. That guy. Gotta watch it. I'd never even heard of this.
Someone
garbage.
remind us in the future. We need to watch Baby
This
Oopsie.
came out in 2022.
Whoa, wait.
What?
This is fresh. They're still making these.
Dude, Baby Oopsie's she's fresh out.
Derek, if we play our cards right, we do this really well. We get in with these guys.
We could be in Baby Oopsie.
We could
4.
either be in Baby Oopsie 4 or like go to the premiere of Baby Oopsie 4.
Oh my god. Okay, hey, William Butler, I know you're there because you listen to all the Gingerdead Man content.
Hello, William Butler.
Please make a Baby Oopsie 4 and invite us to the premiere, or
We
make
would
us
love to be there.
consults because we.
I've got some
Consorts?
thoughts. I don't know if that's sure. But I've got some ideas on Baby Oopsie 4.
do.
First idea, put him in space.
Second idea, leave him in space and don't make a movie.
Third idea, cut the cord to the space shuttle and leave him out there forever and make a different movie.
No, it's just another one of those like crazy production companies that just shills out all of these weird ass
Another
movies.
one of those, yeah.
Yeah, it's Full Moon Productions just doing weird stuff.
They're doing
and then
the weird
Dominic Muir, rest in peace.
When
he
I-
actually passed away in 2010.
2010. When I saw that, I thought his name was Demonic Muir. What's he done?
What's the thing people say when they're like, "Oh, it's so demure"? What's that?
That's it.
No, they're like
It's very
like,
mindful.
Mindful.
Very
that's,
demure.
that's the one.
Very demonic Muir.
Did you see that Webster Dictionary posted a Wrapped of everyone who said demure? They were like,
What?
yeah, it was really funny. Like a Spotify Wrapped.
That's funny.
He is the man and the myth and the legend behind Evil Bong.
God bless you,
So,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you, Dominic Muir. I'm gonna take a wild guess that most of his stuff is softcore pornography.
Yeah, at least
as well.
like teetering on the edge of that, right?
Okay, I genuinely, like, real, like, sidebar question.
Yeah, what's up?
That
What's
will
up?
probably get me in trouble.
Yeah, what's up?
Do people actually, like look up these weird horror movies with just like so much nudity in them and like find enjoyment.
There has to be a market for them, right? There have to be people that enjoy this kind of stuff. Otherwise, what are we doing?
In the year of 2024,
yeah,
where you can just
right
like
now.
search whatever you want and see whatever you want.
Find whatever you want.
I mean,
the
even
click of a button.
2024 more than anything because of fucking AI.
It's everywhere. God, you're right.
But people are still making these like crazy movies like King Kong turns into a giant bong and has sex with some woman.
There's something about them that feels like it's got to be some kind of like tax write-off or something,
right? It feels wrong.
It feels like
something. Who's doing this?
And for what? For why?
What is the purpose?
What company is like coming to them and saying, we need to crank out more of these. We need Evil Bong 999.
And Derek.
Flip it upside down. It's still 666.
Me, Derek, wearing a Santa hat, sitting on this chair in the year 2024. I cannot wrap my head around the idea. Like the age of the videotape
really
box
gets
of
me
porn,
going.
I guess it puts me on my high horse.
It puts you on your high horse, doesn't it?
I'm not going to bring him out right now.
What do you mean? What do you mean? High horse.
It's me.
Get in here.
High horse. Hello. I recently went viral on TikTok, and I don't know if anyone saw that, but
everyone loves him.
Like 200 people saw me.
Like 200 people?
I think it was almost 1,000 people on YouTube.
That's crazy.
And I just want everybody out there, my fans. I'm forgetting about a fan mail.
All the Palomino pals. That's it.
No,
we could trademark that.
There has been a lot of confusion because I've been getting.
What's up?
Well, in the short that was posted to our TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, I made a comment about how I write a WikiHow article about being bisexual,
right?
And I would like everyone to know that High Horse Palomino is just a guy living his life, okay? And you don't have to question any of his sexual orientation because we don't need labels.
Yeah, listen, look. When
I'm just a horse.
I just see a horse. I see a beautiful horseman.
Thank you.
And I don't need to put the label on you. You know, you're no more or less a horse to me, whether or not you are bisexual.
Thank you. But
we accept you, Palomino.
I do find boxes sexually attractive.
Okay.
And I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But I'm in love with the boxes.
So you're not bisexual, you're boxsexual.
I am a boxsexual horse. I don't remember why I came out.
No, that's
I came out.
Oh God, right. I mean, yes, this is your coming out episode
anyway,
as boxsexual.
This has been High Horse on his own high horse.
A high horse on a high horse.
It's been a few episodes. How you doing,
I'm
Isaac?
great. How are you? How are the boxes? Are they good?
Oh.
Too blue for this podcast, huh?
I love me some boxes.
We'll go talk about that on That Was Boxable. Huh? All the sexy box
Can we get
content.
a spin-off where it's just us ranting about bullshit, but we're on the High Horse box?
Yes, exactly. But you need to just like talk and describe about your top boxes. What box of the week, you know?
The box of the week. Okay, my box of the week this week was this box of cheese that I bought from Costco, and on the outside of the box said shredded cheese, and I was like, "Ooh, shredded cheese!
Wow,
put it on my taco." And then I opened it up, and it was blocks of cheese.
Whoa, so it's like a box inside of a box, basically.
Yeah, and most people would be like, "I'm taking this back. I'm getting a refund."
But not
High Horse Palomino.
He
was like, "That's a box of cheese."
Highest Palomino sees a box opportunity and he says, "This is for me."
Box opportunity. Okay, I'll leave now. Bye.
So do you want to read the Rotten Tomatoes reviews for the Gingerdead Man?
We've wasted so much time. This episode has gone off the rails like a crazy train.
Can tell how much of this movie we have to actually discuss based on how much we have talked before actually discussing the movie.
And how many times we started to start this episode.
Yes.
Tried to start this episode.
It took us it took a couple goes to get here.
But I enjoyed our little story time.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It was glorious.
Dr. Gingerbread's Frankenstein. Dr. Gingerbread's monster.
That was wild. I should have kept it. I deleted it.
Dr. Frankenstein's gingered monster. That's nothing.
Can we do a live action version of that, please?
Oh, absolutely.
Just like with like stick figures or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
good.
or we could act it out.
We make puppets.
That's so much work.
That's a lot.
We
of
could
work.
like just be us.
We can, yeah. So there were 4 reviews for this from critics. 3 of them are fresh somehow. I don't know how that happened. One of them is a rotten review.
Yeah, let's read one of each.
So let's start out. So Felix Vasquez Jr. from Cinema Crazed says, "It's a fun and cheesy little time killer with a twisted villain that will likely spawn some fans."
Scott Weinberg, who's a common reviewer from DVDTalk.com, says, "Evil never tasted so good. Gary Busey is the Gingerdead Man. That's what you'll see if, for some ungodly reason, you happen to be holding the latest Charles Band DVD.
He's just holding it in his hand and reading it, basically.
Yeah, it's original score of 1.5 out of 5.
Ooh. Lucius Gore from E-Splatter says, what makes Gingerdead Man so watchable is just how amazingly stupid it is.
Kevin Carr
He's not
from
wrong.
7M Pictures with a positive review. To call a film like The Gingerdead Man a horror movie is doing a disservice. It's really more of a comedy spoof on the genre itself.
I mean, that's quite generous.
I have felt that way about some movies we've watched.
Not this one. Not this one. There are absolutely some of those movies that, like, they know the line that they're walking and they kind of go back and forth. They're like, oh, you get it. Like, we're doing this because it's funny.
Yeah.
We're making fun of B-horror movies and stuff. I don't think this is one of those movies.
Not this time around.
I don't think this is one of those movies. So, Derek, what were we expecting generally top of this movie?
Okay, coming into this movie, I was stoked.
Derek was in such a good mood to start out this movie.
I was like, yeah, let's watch a Gingerdead Man. Yeah, another Troll 2.
He was super
like, I
into
was
it.
so ready.
Yeah, and I was also coming in expecting something that could be pretty enjoyable, right? One of those like laughably bad kind of times where like it's just so silly, like we have a good time, right? My first formal expectation was that it was going to be incredibly predictable, just one of those where like every plot point you could call it from a mile away, nothing really entertaining happening throughout it, just like you know what's about to happen.
I mean, you got to have this one on everyone. Fun catchphrases.
Oh yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
Gingerdead Man. It's gonna have fun catchphrases.
If you give a Gingerdead Man a fun catchphrase, he's gonna want a cookie. And if you give a Gingerdead Man a cookie, you say, "Is that cannibalism? I don't know if that's okay for him. We should stop him from eating that, right? We should. Oh God, no, he's running away. There he goes. Stop!
Stop!
running away.
Me when the
Look out for
gingerbread
that
man
cow.
is eating me. Oh, stop!
I hate this so much. My next expectation was an outlandish villain. I figured it was going to be something similar to the Thanksgiving, right, where we watched with the turkey, where it was like just really raunchy, out there, kind of obnoxious puppet character, right? So that's kind of what I was expecting from the Gingerdead Man.
For sure. For shocking out of nowhere kills. This happens so much in these B movies where they're like, we need something to shock the people. We're going to just kill somebody.
Yeah. They're just like, we just need to throw it in there because the movie's not shocking enough.
Mousetrap that we watched a few weeks ago was one of those where like people would just die for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why did that happen? And does it have any weight? No, that's fine.
No, because it was just shocking.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, to be fair, isn't necessarily a bad expectation from me because I do enjoy that about B movies because it is fun to be with your friends and go, oh!
There are like fun tropes that you see within B horror movies that are fun to enjoy, right?
I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here right now if there wasn't.
No, of course, right? That's our whole deal, right? I said laughable effects. It was just going to be one where like the puppet probably wasn't going to be that impressive. The way it moved, probably not. And then the actual like, After Effects, CGI, whatever they add on top of the stuff was probably going to be really, really poor.
And it was made in 2005, so even
That's
worse.
true. That's true.
Barely horror. I mean, a lot of these, like, we tote the line of what I would consider horror anyway.
Right.
But I was really feeling with this one, it would just be just pure garbage.
Yeah. I said no characters I care about. I really felt like not a single soul in this movie was going to make me root for them or, like, see myself within them, like, wish they would win over the bad guy. Like, I sincerely thought, even the bad guy himself, the Gingerdead Man, I'm like, I'm not going to care about any of these people.
Yeah. And then cheesy music. It's another thing that happens in these like B movies. Like you get that like Hallmark-esque music. That's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's right.
it's like happy for no reason.
It's very weird. Yeah, they just like went on one website, found some like eerie Christmas music. They're like, that works. That's fine. We'll
That's
make it work.
But like a lot of it doesn't fit.
No.
Like a lot of the music in these movies sounds like what's that one we watched? Like Cupid. Where it was, like, just like Hallmark music that didn't fit the
No,
vibe.
it was not right for the vibe even a little bit. My final expectation was that the size of the Gingerdead Man will vary because I feel like movies like this, they probably have multiple puppets, probably even multiple different kinds of like maybe even a whole suit that a person walks around in, just like what was it, The Gates that we watched where they had those weird little gooblies, what do we call them?
I don't remember.
Goobles, I can't remember. We had those weird little goblin guys, but there were some times where they were like a still animation small thing, sometimes they were puppets, sometimes it was a full man in a full costume. Yeah. And so I felt like that was going to be the similar case here where we're going to see multiple different kinds of Gingerdead Man, right?
Absolutely.
Is that it?
No plot at all.
No plot. No plot at all.
No plot at all. I felt it in my bones.
All right, we ready for this? We've put it off for far too
such a
long.
long
It's
movie,
time to
man.
get into buckle up, kids, for about 10 minutes of a movie. I don't know. We're pretty good at stretching movies out, so we'll see what happens. 20 seconds in, Gary Busey already shot somebody.
Dude, not even 20 seconds. It is
Yeah.
like the movie opens with him firing a gun.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even like, there's no buildup, there's no logos, there's nothing. It literally like puts you straight
I
in.
literally asked Derek, I'm like, surely this is not where the movie starts,
I
right?
thought
We
it wasn't.
we must have skipped into
Yeah.
the movie.
Nope, but it
But
just opens up. Bang, bang.
Yeah, none of those things about like here's 12 different production companies that went into the making of this movie. No, just Gary Busey and a gun.
I don't think it had any production.
No, I
photos
guess
at all.
not. Nothing at all.
Well, anyway, keep going.
Yeah. So he's just shooting some people in some random diner that he's robbing. He shoots this one older man. He stabs this one dude like 12 times off screen. You just hear the sounds of a knife going out of a dude a lot.
wild.
It was a little much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But so he struggles to shoot this young woman, but he shoots anyway. He's like, I have to honor my mother. I have to finish what I started. And then he goes, oh shit, as the cop sirens close in on the building. He's just standing there kind of staring off into the distance, and you hear like, woo. And he's like, oh shit. And then we get this incredibly long opening credit sequence.
We have to discuss Gary Busey's performance here because it's really the only time we're going to get
That's
to.
true, because the rest of the time he's just a voice actor.
He genuinely felt like he just walked in off the side of the road.
Absolutely, it felt like a man just walked onto the set.
I kind of feel like they just somehow, he was like at a downtime of career, and he was
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, I'll do whatever, man. Like they like offered him a bump of cocaine or something.
Yeah,
and
my
that's
buddy,
like
my buddy Holly money ran out.
yeah.
And then he's like,
And he
yeah,
was like,
sure.
yeah, I'll marry Tyler Moore. He's like,
They just gave him the lyrics for the Wizard song.
and he didn't understand, so he's like, okay. And they're like, yeah, sign here.
He's like, okay.
Bowling for
It's just
soup.
like the janitor who works for this production company who just keeps making the right ideas somehow.
yeah, you like my movies.
It's great. 2 thumbs up, guys.
Annie, you like my movies.
Annie?
Yeah, sorry. I realized what that voice sounded like. It sounded like the guy from Star Wars. Padre.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's the I can't remember. The Star Wars characters have crazy names.
Gloob.
But yeah, so we have a very, very long opening sequence to this movie that is just random, I don't even know what to call it, just random CGI effects on the screen, and then the names of all of the actors and production team and
takes
stuff.
so long.
It takes. We should have timed how long this takes, because
It was
fun
at least
fact,
10 minutes.
the movie claims it is an hour and 10 minutes long. You get to the end of this movie, 10 minutes is just the credits. So it's actually only an hour long, minus however long this opening sequence here is going to be, because that part also took a huge chunk of time out of the movie.
Oh, yeah. It was insane, dude. Here, I'm finding out right now.
He's finding out.
Take your bets. What do you think?
It's got to be at least 4 minutes
All right,
long.
everybody at home, take your bets.
Everyone call in. Who's going to get it right?
I still can't get over Gary Busey just going, oh, shit.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
really.
know, dude.
He almost looks like he fumbled a line. Like that's not what they originally had in mind.
You know, I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah.
It was only 5.5 minutes.
5.5 is still long.
I'm a little disappointed, though. I expected it. It felt like 20 minutes.
It felt like eons while we're sitting here waiting for this title sequence to end.
That was weird.
So yeah, you're talking a full 15 minutes of this hour and 10 minute movie is just credits.
It's just
opening
credits.
and closing credits.
Yeah, that's a good point. So 55-minute movie, essentially.
That's insane. That's wild. And hardly any of it actually has the goddamn Gingerdead Man inside of it.
Yeah, we'll get over that later. We'll talk about
anyway,
that later.
we'll get to that point. So cut to some girl who works in a bakery. Her name is Sarah, and she
Hi, Sarah.
really misses her deceased brother.
Oh,
So
I'm trying to work, and every time I try to work, I just think about my brother.
I know, and
who
I work, and then I
died.
drop this thing, and then I look up, and there he is, a picture of my brother and my dad, and I'm so sad about it.
Hey-
That's like all her
Hey,
character
coworker.
does.
Hey, coworker.
Yeah, it's me, coworker. My name is Brick for some reason, and we're just gonna act like that's normal.
I'm just so sad.
I'm here for you. Listen, I like to go to wrestling. You want to go to wrestling? I think it'd be really cool.
No,
No,
I'm just
that's
so
okay.
sad about my brother.
Well, I'm
You
gonna
know,
leave then.
Did you know that also my mom and my sister died too?
That's
and I'm just
crazy.
really, really sad about only one of them.
That's okay. So what we are to believe here is the opening diner sequence. Gary Busey shot this girl's father and brother and sister. All three of these characters. So all of them are dead. She really only cares about this brother. She's really, really hung up on that for some reason.
It doesn't. It's so weird. The dialogue doesn't make any sense.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. But she looks up and she sees a newspaper clipping that has a picture of Gary Busey on it and says Millard Findlemeyer. Yeah, that's the name of the villain
Honestly,
they came
a
up with.
fantastic name.
Millard Findlemeyer sentenced to be executed on a newspaper clipping. So Busey go bye-bye.
Busey,
then
go bye. Mommy, Busey go bye-bye.
Not now, honey. I'm watching the Gingerdead Man.
Busey go bye-bye.
And then you see years later sitting in a padded room, rocking back and forth. Busey go bye-bye.
Busey go bye-bye.
Busey- It's written all over the walls. Busey go bye-bye. A mysterious someone drops off a box on. They just knock on the door and drop off a box that says "Grandma's Gingerbread Seasoning," and that's all it is. And
But in the distance, you look down the alleyway and there's like a cloaked figure,
like
who
an
just
actual
ducks down
black
the corner.
cloak, like
It was like a brown. It was a brown cloak.
Yeah, it was just a dark
cult
cloaked
robe.
figure runs around the corner, and the girl just goes, "Oh, I guess that's just the post office." Like, yeah, all the postmen have decided to wear cloaks to work today. It was bring your cloak to work day.
Oh man,
It's awful. So Sarah and her friend Guy, who I guess also works there, or no, not her friend Guy, her guy friend. His name is Brick, which again is super weird.
Oh, that's a great name.
They're prepping the gingerbread dough, and Brick accidentally cuts his hand somehow. I think he's trying to open the box of this mysterious gingerbread seasoning, and he cuts into his hand, and it just like spews out onto the table.
Yeah.
And he just, Derek, what does he do with his bloody hand?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Does he take it
Oh my
away
God.
safely? Like,
No.
Tell me about the
She
food
pulls
safety of
his
this
hand.
situation.
She pulls his hand, and they hold his hand bleeding over the bucket of flour.
over the table, just right under the
they're
dough.
holding it over the flour.
Exactly.
It's stupid.
And you see there's a shot of the blood dripping onto the flour, and it's like, why are we letting this happen?
Okay, I do need to make a
Move your
correction.
hand away.
I do need to make a correction.
Okay.
I did go onto the official wiki.
Okay.
For the Gingerdead
So
Man.
glad
so
this exists.
the woman in Cadillac Jack's, the diner that everyone was shot at,
Yes.
was not related.
Oh,
So
just
it
some
was,
lady.
Yeah, so she was complaining about her brother being dead. That was
Right,
our
right.
mistake. That's on us. Please forgive me.
Right, which we knew.
We knew. But it was her brother and her dad
Right.
who were murdered.
So this girl was what, brother's girlfriend?
No,
or
she's just
something?
some random girl.
Just some girl.
Unknown woman is her name.
What the hell? So, but still, she is like dad and brother are dead. She's really focused
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the brother. She hardly mentions the dad at all.
Right. Our point stands.
Yes.
Like those things still happen. I just wanted to clarify.
Derek, I really need you to get this picture of a full Gingerdead Man off of your screen.
I'm gonna look at it for a while.
It's just a whole costume, and he's holding this cleaver up with his shitty
I'm
little
like
smile.
50% positive that there is a grown ass man
There's
inside of a gingerbread
there's an
man
adult
costume in
man.
the future movie.
Oh, there has to be,
because
right?
this looks like the future movie.
I can't bear to look at him. He's
We
terrifying.
gotta watch more of these movies, man.
So they're preparing the dough, and then he bleeds just right into it. He like cuts his hand barely, and then it just splots
it's
all onto this
huge.
onto the table. And then they just let that happen. They're like, "Oh, okay." They don't clean up the table.
Nope.
Nothing. In fact, they continue to use the goddamn dough.
She then makes like what is not gingerbread dough. I might
Holy
add.
shit!
I don't know what this dough was. It looked
No.
like cinnamon roll dough, maybe.
Not gingerbread dough. We
but
know
it
that
definitely
much.
wasn't gingerbread. And
Yeah.
also, it's full of blood. So maybe don't bake with it. But
Yeah,
okay.
don't do that. Yeah, it's wild. After Findelmeyer was fried in the electric chair, they cremated him and then sent his ashes to his mother. So weird to assume this cloaked figure that dropped off this box was his mother, I guess, dropping off the ashes so that they would put that into the mixture of the...
Is that
right?
That's what you inferred?
That's what I inferred. What did you take?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping there was like some cult that was like, we're going to bring all serial killers back to life.
us, the cult of Gary Busey.
Okay, so like, yes, that's okay. It's fine
Yeah.
that we think that that's what happened.
Yes.
However, there's no way that they could be like, we're going to give these ashes full of cinnamon and ginger
Yeah.
to this like bakery and
Uh-huh.
hope that it brings him back to life. Because if you remember, what
yeah.
ends up happening is they like electrocute him like
Yes.
Frankenstein's monster. So it's like, they wouldn't have known that
I
was
really
going to
have
happen.
no idea what they thought, what they wanted to be happening here. But anyway, so from outside they hear a gunshot, and then you see Sarah's mom. I think they just call her Mrs. Lee. She's standing outside of the front of the bakery with a gun in her hand. She's shooting at the storefront across the street, and apparently there's this new like restaurant opening across the street. She doesn't want them to run the bakery out of business, right? She's like, we worked really hard on this restaurant, so we're gonna. She's just firing wildly. Really, they just write off mom as like a drunk who has a gun, and that's all she's resolved to, which is honestly kind of sad for her. But so back inside from the blood dough, a little hand rises within. You just see like this big mixing pot stirring up all the gingerbread dough, and this little grubby
Okay,
little hand
so,
tries
like-
to stretch through.
Again, fun effect. But
Yeah.
like you're making a different thing later.
Yes.
It was actually completely pointless.
It really was. You're right. Because again, this is not what animates and brings this character to life. This is not what happens. But so the owner of the restaurant across the street, he offers Sarah $50,000 to buy their bakery. Basically, he sees their restaurant as like he sees their bakery as an eyesore across the street. He's like, yeah, I'd rather not have this around here. So how's about you take this money? You
This guy was the worst.
take your mom. Yeah, he's the worst. He's just like kind of a shitty like Western kind of guy. He's got a daughter named Lorna who she's in the rest of the movie. You'll see her, and she's also not so great. But Sarah, our lovable hero, does not budge. She's like, no, this restaurant means this bakery means too much to me and my dad and my brother who died. You remember him? Because I remember him. Hello?
Hi, it's me, Science Jim.
Science Jim,
Yeah,
my friend.
I'm
What's
still
going
on the
on?
podcast. You know, it's been a while. Me and High Horse Palomino, we went away for a while.
Uh-huh.
And we're back.
And now I have to ask, did he convert you to boxsexualism? Is that...
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So you're super. That's your.
I have actually moved in with a box.
Okay.
And we are in a full committed relationship.
Now, is that weird for you? Because if you move in with a box, you were technically inside of a box. So you're a box inside of a
I'm not
box.
going to
Is
talk
that
about what we do in our private time.
okay?
You don't need to hear about
Okay. So what did you want to say?
that. Well, I heard you guys talking about blood getting in the food, and I
Right.
got really concerned.
It's incredibly contaminating. That's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad.
But what you might not actually know is it's actually hard to get diseases from small amounts of blood.
What?
Yeah, so there is a really low chance that you could get HIV or hepatitis or any of those from someone's blood in the food.
Okay.
But according to most standards,
Yeah.
it's there's gonna be 1%, it's 0.5% of your food that is human contaminated, and you're just gonna have to deal with
and you
that.
just got to deal with that.
What you have to think about here, and I don't mean to alleviate.
You can get
I don't mean to concern you.
0.5% human flesh in your food is FDA approved.
Yeah, basically. That's actually not a joke.
What?
So
It's a little scary.
it's terrifying. You don't want to think about that shit.
No.
But there was actually an article from HACCP Mentor, HACCP Health and Safety Plans, basically. Derek knows all about that if you want to ask him something.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a wealth of knowledge about HACCP.
He has to do it all the time. It's definitely not his least favorite part of his job. Anyway, there was actually a family in Starbucks. A family
They
who went to
lived
Starbucks and they bought a cup of coffee and there was blood smeared on it. And yeah, that was it. It was just, they allegedly found it. It was a big deal. But anyway, so a bunch of tests were done to see if they could actually get sick from that. And basically, you could only get sick from it if the person whose blood it was contaminated.
Do you think
blood on its own will not hurt you?
Do you think that people knew that they were being tested for that? By the way, you were going to be consuming a little bit of human. Is that okay?
Well, I don't think they did that.
Probably
I think
not,
they
right?
Just put the blood under a stethoscope and was like, "Oh, there's HIV in
That's
this
fair.
blood."
That's fair.
They would just pull in a bunch of children off the street and hey, you want to drink this blood and see what happens?
Why does it have to be kids that drink? I was thinking a test group of adults, like-minded adults.
Half of you are going to drink the normal coffee. The other half, you're going to drink coffee.
This mysterious red
Contaminated with
coffee,
blood.
but we're not going to tell you what's inside of it. But
it's
do tell us
cherry
if you get
flavor.
sick. Do tell. We need to. We're doing research here. We need to know.
Anyway, from a public health standpoint, this is from that website. The risk of getting sick from blood inside of your food is actually very low, especially in something that is baked, because you have to think about how spread out that blood would be throughout the entire thing.
Fair.
Is very unlikely. Now, if you put a finger or something like that
A
in there,
whole thing in there with bones and stuff.
again, you're probably not going to get sick, but it's disgusting.
So you heard it here from Science Jam. Put some blood in your food.
No, because there is a chance you'll get sick. You could die. You could get hepatitis. Nobody wants that. I'm just saying, it's not as likely as you think. But switching over to Derek now, when I'm working in the kitchen.
Yes.
Well, my voice was
Real
weird.
life.
I
That's
hated
scary.
that.
The transition.
When I'm working in the kitchen, I do see a cut or something. The procedure for that is insane. I one time was working in a kitchen, which I do all the time.
Every day,
A
I
guy
would
was
say.
cutting lettuce, sliced his thumb open. It was one of the worst cuts I've ever seen. We had to throw away so much lettuce because the blood just got all
I mean
over
that
all
stuff
of it.
shoots out like a
just
geyser.
Shoots out. So it's not a small thing. It is a
Yes.
big deal
Yes.
because one, it's disgusting, and two, it
might get
There
someone
is
sick.
a chance, and
Yeah.
if there's any chance, that's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
So here's your PSA from the boys that was horrible.
Don't get blood in your food.
Don't get blood in your food. Keep
And
keep that blood in you.
And
in
if
your body.
you're serving food to people, maybe clean your hands.
Keep the blood out of the conversation, eh? Tell blood to take a hike.
Yeah.
Look at that blood in that lettuce and say, "Hey, buddy, get out of here."
I didn't look up what it would be like to eat somebody's ashes. Because I guess technically that's what's happening
I
in this.
don't want to know. I don't want to know what it's like to
But
do
I
any
think
of that.
that was in an episode of My Strange Addiction. So if you want to know more about that,
you're right. You're so right.
go look that up.
Go look at My Strange Addiction. It's a whole thing. So anyway, Sarah begins to roll out this mysterious blood dough. It's been mixed. The blood is all throughout
Blow?
it now. Oh no.
It's blood dough.
Blow.
Blow.
Blood dough.
Blood-o.
Sarah rolls the blood-o. She uses one giant gingerbread man cutout to make this titular gingerbread man or Gingerdead Man character. It just looks goofy. This
It looks
big
bad.
ass. It looks really bad.
Well, and also like the one she built, right?
Yes.
That's what we're talking about right now. The one she cut out of the dough. One, she wasted like 3/4 of that dough.
So she cuts like right in the middle of it, and then just all the rest of that blood dough gone.
So let me put this in perspective for people.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick,
yeah.
Because I have a lot of experience in this.
yeah, of course.
She probably had about 9 pounds of dough. Okay, based on the size of the dough.
Derek's a professional. He can look at dough and be like, "That's 9 pounds."
I mean, maybe 9 or 10 pounds, right? I'm not really.
The people in the
pulling
village
shit right
come
now.
bring dough to him, and they lay it in front of him. He goes, 8 pounds.
8 pounds.
7.5.
7.5. Oh,
10.
that's 14 ounces. Yes, it's a little less than a pound. No, so but to put things in perspective,
Yes.
when I'm making pizza, like when I do like 4 large
Yeah.
16-inch pizzas.
See, I'm just giving you shit. I know you do actually know this stuff.
No, it's fun. We got to make it funny. So when I'm making like 4 16-inch pizzas, I usually use about 2 pounds for each of those pizzas.
Okay.
So put that in perspective. She used probably about 2 pounds for one gingerbread man.
Just the guy.
She had like over 3 pizzas worth of dough left
so much
that she just
dough.
left on the counter.
Just scrap. Just wasting it all.
Idiot.
I
I know that the
Sarah.
production staff wasn't sitting here being like, "We got to figure out what to do with this dough.
Yeah.
She's got- maybe wrap it in plastic wrap." No, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
Why
I
would we
bet
do
in-
that?
I bet in 2005 they weren't thinking about in another like several years there's going to be a man on a podcast who's really focused on our baking habits.
I was so mad. Well, then, like a later shot, you see the mound of dough completely undisturbed,
Just left there.
and it's just sitting there. You can even see it getting a little crusty. I think it was real dough.
I think
it
for
did
sure
look
it
real.
They really did use dough.
but it bothered me.
It just wasn't good.
It
They did a really
bothered
bad
me.
job with it. So she puts him in the oven, and there's a moment there where you think he begins to take life. She turns on the oven, he starts to cook, and you start to see sizzling around the gingerbread cookie. It's like, okay, so this is how he comes to life, right? It's got human blood in it. It's got Gary Busey's ashes in it. Like, this has to be how it works, right? No, not necessarily, because on the other half, up in the storefront of this bakery, there's this girl, the daughter of the restaurant owner across the street, right? Her name is Lorna. She came in and she's trying to sneak rats into the building to get them shut down by the health department. She's like, "I told my daddy he never should have given you that money. You guys don't belong here." And then she and Sarah begin to have a fight, and it's not a very good fight, if I'm being entirely honest.
God awful.
It's just the two of them kind of just batting at each other for a while. But eventually, while they were fighting, they bump into a fuse box. Yeah. And for some reason, bumping into this fuse box sends a big jolt of electricity up into the oven. And then it's alive.
It's very Frankenstein.
So it is literally, it is a combination of ashes of Gary Busey, of Millard Findelmeyer. It is blood from this guy Brick, who is now left to go to some wrestling competition. Don't know what that's about. And then it is also this jolt of electricity
He's the baker's
to make
man.
Dr. Frankenstein's Gary Busey. Dr. Frankenstein's
it's
Gary
wild,
Busey
man.
cookie.
It's wild.
It's a lot. It really is
He's
a
the
lot.
butcher baker at WrestlePalooza. I wrote that down for some
What
reason.
does that mean? These aren't real words.
I don't know.
So then it is Sarah, it is Lorna. Then for out of nowhere, this third guy comes in. His name is Amos.
And at this point of the movie, we screech to a halt.
This is where
And the
Derek
movie
started
ends.
to despise this movie. Derek hated this character.
I'm so sorry. Amos, whoever the frick you are, let me find his actor's name. Ryan Locke. My boy.
we have some words for you. Derek has a lot of
Your
words, I would say.
presence in this movie actually killed me.
It caused
I'm
him
sure
real pain.
You were a wonderful man, and I'm sure in the later Gingerdead Man movies, which you
I
are
can't
in,
believe he's also in those.
I'm sure you're great, and I love you. And you were in that Beyonce music video, If I Were a Boy, and that's good for you,
What?
and I love that for you, and you're glorious.
You killed me, man.
Yeah, this movie really came to a screeching halt. So Lorna sees the Gingerdead Man from inside the oven. He hops out and then immediately begins like antagonize the three of them, right? He's like, run, you can't catch me. You know, he says your basic gingerbread man catchphrases, right?
But then he says, Amos says,
yes.
what the hell is that? It sure ain't the Pillsbury fucking doughboy.
And then does he do a laugh? Is there like a little...
I don't remember.
I don't know. It's Gary Busey doing this voice here. But yeah, so already Derek's prediction is right there, right? Where he's like, fun catchphrases.
But that was about a fifth of the time we see him in the movie. So.
Yes. So yeah, hold on to that because that's one of the highlights of this movie is anytime the Gingerdead Man is actually on the screen. Amos doesn't believe it's actually happened, so he's acting all like fake macho, and so he's like going to prove it to them. They find the Gingerbread Man just like munching away on a bunch of pastries in the walk-in freezer for some reason.
Cannibalism.
It's just first of all, cannibalism. There's a lot. They're making some scary claims over here in this movie. They're condoning cannibalism. But so while he's in there, just like making all these sounds, they close the door, thinking it's locked him in there, I guess. And then they're like, "Okay, we've done it. Let's go try to call the cops." They can't though because the line is dead. He's cut the line. And then like Lorna tries to call her dad on her phone, but then her phone dies, and they like make fun of her for not charging it.
Daddy, you gotta come and get me. I'm at Betty's Bakery, and we got homicidal baked goods after us.
I completely missed that line. I cannot believe that's actually something that they said.
I can't believe she said that. I mean, she did. I remember her saying that.
She
but
did.
Also,
it's real.
She was not the type of character who would say a line like that. Not written for her.
So while they're trying to figure out the phone situation, Mrs. Lee, Sarah's mom, she makes her way back to the house because actually we haven't mentioned her. Sarah had a friend named Julia who also works at this bakery. She took mom away. She's like, okay, mom's not well, take her home. Somehow mom came back to the bakery. She finds like her stowed away bottle of alcohol. She's drinking it. And then she sees a rat and she's like, oh no. And then she sees the Gingerdead Man and she's like, oh shit. And she like puts down her bottle of alcohol. She's like, I have had too much of this.
The whole movie.
And you see, it's a funny shot where like you see the back of the Gingerdead Man. He is holding a regular sized knife, but to him it's kind of gigantic. It's huge. So she's slowly approaching him. She really cannot believe what she's seeing. She reaches out with one finger and then the Gingerdead Man cuts it off.
Which was a great shot.
Actually, I did enjoy it. You see the blood spurting finger like fly into the air kind of in slow motion.
But I knew something was going to happen to her finger because she had a huge ass ring on that finger.
Pointing it.
And yeah, she was pointing it.
Yeah. And then do you remember what he says to her at that point? He says, ever try a lady finger?
Ah, that's pretty good.
But don't. And then Sarah's friend Julia shows up to help Mrs. Lee, but then gets knocked out by the Gingerdead Man with a frying pan.
Which makes sense because gingerbread men always use frying pans.
Yes, exactly. They called the ginger fried man, it's exactly what it is. It's exactly how it's supposed to work,
Can I just say one of Amos's lines that he says right here?
Oh, I would love to know what Amos says.
If that thing is real, I say we grab that motherfucker and take it to Leno. Letterman. How much dough can you make from a talking cookie? Dough?
What?
Cookie?
What?
Get it?
What? Amos, stop. Amos, we've cut the cameras.
So I delivered that almost how he did, but I can infer from this dialogue that he was saying we could take it onto a talk show.
Yeah, I suppose so.
How much dough can you make from a talking cookie? Yeah,
I
so
see.
That's a pun.
Dough,
because
like
dough,
money. I get it. Amos is my favorite character now. Derek, you changed my mind. I love
welcome.
Amos now.
You're welcome.
He goes out to the car to get his gun. That's fun. He grabs just like his big ass revolver from a car.
So this is one of the shots. Like at the end of this movie, for some reason, they did a clip show of all of the characters
in the 10-minute long credit sequence.
And for some reason, this was the shot of Amos. They were like, "This is the one. This is the money shot." He's literally sitting in his car, looking grungy, and just like looking through a case for a gun.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it is.
But like they were so proud of this shot.
That's his peak acting in the movie. And honestly, probably. Because he didn't say shit in this scene.
I get it, man.
I get it. I saw the movie too.
Mouth.
So he grabs a gun. So now a gun has been introduced to the story. This is Chekhov's gingerbread gun. Lorna's dad shows up again. He's here. He came to pick her up. And for some reason, while he's waiting, he decides to get out of his car and just like walk 10 feet in front of his car. Then from behind him, what happens? The car starts to rev up. And it's like, what's happening here?
Who is it?
The Gingerdead Man has taken the wheel of the car. He is driving the car with a rolling pin to like push on the gas pedal.
Yeah,
honestly, kind of incredible.
I genuinely think that this is the best part of the movie.
I honestly
Him
love
using that rolling pin to press on the gas was fucking hilarious.
Pretty hilarious. And then what does he do? He drives the car into the dad, squishing him against the car and in the wall of a building. So fatality. Lorna's dad is dead. We have our first, I guess not first death. I guess Gary Busey actually shot some people. But
Gingertality.
first Gingerdead Man death right here, right? Because as we know right now, the mom is not dead. She just had her finger cut off, and Julia just got knocked out. So they're not technically dead right now. So speaking of the two of them, Sarah, Lorna, and Amos find Sarah's friend Julia in the freezer, covered in whipped cream like she's some kind of pie. And they make a real big show of like making her boobs big mounds with like these cherries on top of them.
Oh my God.
It's a little much.
I mean, I did label her the boob character.
Yeah.
Because like it's so distasteful, but does happen in all of these movies where
It's
there's
a trope,
one character that is like very promiscuous in just the boobish
Just
area.
there,
They're
just the
usually, and
cleavage.
it's usually early 2000s movies. They're
Yes.
usually wearing like a blue, like a tank top,
Yes.
like a spaghetti strap tank top. Their boobs are just hanging out.
Sex sells. That's all they knew back then, I guess.
It's so cliche at this point.
Yeah, so
I hate seeing it.
they pull her out of the freezer and they're like, she's fine, she'll be okay. They just like leave her on the floor to
Okay.
like thaw out.
This really bothered me
Yes.
because all of a sudden we get a monologue from Sarah about how she's in nursing school. And if you were in
the
nursing
hell?
school and your friend was just in the freezer covered in icing and you just thought, I'm going to fix hypothermia by putting a blanket over her and leaving her in the middle of the room to convulse.
and she's fine. Yeah, and they just sit there and watch her. She like kind of convulses on the floor, which they never come back to this convulsing. That's just like her fighting off hypothermia, I guess.
but
I
we
don't.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, what you got?
We just got to talk about the pumpkin head in the room. The
Oh,
fact
absolutely.
that Gingerdead Man himself, this short little piece of cookie,
had to take her from wherever they were, like
wherever
in the middle
she
of the
was
floor,
on the ground,
all the way to the freezer.
he dragged her to the freezer. He covered her in frosting.
Yes,
and
which
he
would
put
have taken
cherries
time.
on her nipples.
That's a lot of coverage for this little guy.
Listen, that's a ton of coverage for this little guy. He doesn't have the dexterity in his freaking little
He doesn't have hands.
And then we're about to find their mom.
Yes.
He also had to drag her somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I really want to see the deleted scenes where it is just this like sweating gingerbread man, like lugging her a couple of inches, having to stop and take a breath.
Run as fast as you can.
I will, Ma.
Can't catch me.
I will.
Can't catch me as fast as you
Run.
can. Oh, God. Oh, my arm broke. Okay. Grab some icing.
Several scenes of him attaching it with icing and like clicking his arm back into place.
And he's just repeating over, run as fast as you can.
I'm the gingerbread.
Can't drag me.
I'm the gingerbread man.
You're the gingerbread. He's looking in the mirror. You're the gingerbread man. You're the gingerbread man.
Looking in the reflection of the knife. You're the gingerdead man.
You're
You
the
are.
gingerbread man. Who's a good gingerbread dead man?
Gingerbread dead man.
You're not the fucking muffin man. You're the gingerbread man.
That muffin man ain't got
He
shit on
doesn't
you.
even know.
Nowhere in this movie do they call him the ginger dead man, by the
no.
way.
Actually, in the credits, his name is Millard.
Yes, Millard Findelmeyer. Okay, somehow Sarah has pieced together.
How?
She's sitting there.
How?
She's out of her mind, and she's like,
upset
no,
about this.
no, Amos, I know what happened.
screaming.
I know it sounds crazy, but there's only one thing that makes sense. I'm like, how?
My brother and my dad.
How does this? In what world does this make sense that this gingerbread man come to life? It has the soul of the murderer that killed your dad and your brother.
mad.
Derek's mad.
I left the room.
He left. Derek, come back in here. I need you.
I'm running as
Derek-
fast as I can.
run.
I'm a gingerbread man.
Gingerdead, come back. He's lost his mind. He's taking off all his clothes. He's becoming the gingerbread man himself. Stop. If I tell you the cow is still in the story, will you come back?
Oh, there's a cow.
No, there's no cow. I tricked you. But somehow she understands that Millard Findelmeyer is this gingerbread man reincarnated. I do
doesn't
not
make any
understand what is happening. So to me, the best part of this movie is this one 30-second sequence where the gingerbread man is on a rack of cookies, and there's the rat. Remember the rat that they tried to place in here? He's pissed off and just yelling at this rat.
Hey, rat. I'm talking to you. You want a piece of me? Hey, you little shit. Fuck up. Come over here. I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass, little rat ass.
He really lays into this rat for no goddamn reason.
The best part of the whole
Like, this is my favorite one-sided beef we've ever seen on this podcast.
This rat is literally like cleaning its face. You know that cute little thing?
Where it like cleans its face off with his little hands.
I'll kick your little rat ass.
And nothing happens. He does not kill this rat. He doesn't harm this rat in any way. In fact, we never see the rat for the rest of the movie. He just decides to have beef with this rat for some reason. I have no idea. But again,
there is no cow in this show, though, so he did not have beef with this.
He didn't have beef. You're right. There's no cow. There's no bear either because there was no fish in the movie.
Tell your boyfriend that I'm a vegetarian
and I'm fucking scared of him.
If
he's got beef, I'm a vegetarian. We fucked it up.
We did.
Don't let 303 look away. Don't listen to this.
Tell your boyfriend if he's got beef that I'm a vegetarian and I'm fucking scared of him.
He is a Gingerdead Man. He is a Gingerdead Man. He's voiced by Gary Busey. Busey, ooh, ooh.
Don't trust Ginger. Whoa. No.
No, we're done there.
Dead.
He's dead. The bit is dead, much like the Gingerdead Man in the movie Gingerdead Man from 2005. Just kidding, we didn't get that far from the.
Should we start over?
We'll start right from the top. We'll do it all over again.
All right, so it starts with Gary Busey in a hotel.
In a hotel?
I don't know.
And a gun. No, so Lorna's upset about the situation, right? She's like, I'm pissed about this. Also, there's a bit. It's not really important where like she was dating Amos and then Amos and Sarah kind of have a moment. She's like, I'm done with this whole situation. I'm running away. Again, another Pumpkinhead moment here. The Gingerdead Man has set up like a tripwire trap that Lorna runs into, setting off the trap, just sending one knife flying straight into her forehead, and it buries itself deep into her head.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good prosthetic.
You mostly just see the handle of the knife.
But thus is one of our shocking kills, right?
Yes.
This came out of literally nowhere.
And honestly, thank God, because this movie was kind of screeched to a halt once Amos joined into the fray and the Gingerdead Man yelled at that rat or whatever. So now Lorna's dead.
I did find a line of dialogue that we skipped.
Please.
This was Amos talking to Sarah. I will be Amos if you will be Sarah.
Oh, good. I love Sarah's my favorite character.
This was Amos and Sarah talking about the man coming back to life inside the cookie. Now, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that?
Yes, so we're going to deliver this exactly how they said it, right? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait a minute.
I know it sounds crazy, Amos. I don't know how it happened. It's the only thing that makes sense, even if it is Twilight Zone kind of sense.
That guy that killed Jeremy and your daddy, that you helped send to the electric chair, Millard Findelmeyer, has come back from the dead to get revenge on you inside a cookie?
It's nothing. There's nothing
that
great
is
about
nothing.
this.
Actually, I thought that'd be funnier than it was, and I'm just sad.
It's just sad. The dialogue in this movie made me sad. We find out that the Gingerdead Man put Mom inside of the big oven. And so they go inside.
How did they get him in there?
Yeah, first of all, again, he had to drag Mom into the oven.
Drag her in there.
I don't know how this happened. But so they go inside of the oven, and she seems to be fine, sitting inside of this completely, like, hot oven. And even Mom sitting there on the floor is not incredibly burnt at all. She has a little bit of makeup on her face, but that's pretty much it. While trying to rescue her, Sarah gets trapped in the oven by the Gingerdead Man, who closes the door. And then Amos somehow gets knocked out with a hammer.
Yep.
Yeah, and so easily done. But, like, he's not quite knocked out. He uses his gun and shoots at the door, and I guess that's enough for Sarah to open it, because then she just limply crawls out of the oven.
Yeah, so that happened.
So I guess that was fine. Remember Brick, who went away to the WrestlePalooza whatever thing?
He was actually in the sky.
He's in the sky, because he just jumps down from, like, the top of the screen. I don't know what it is. And he's like, it's me, the Butcher
it's
Baker.
Time to meet your maker. Prepare to face your Butcher Baker. For tonight, your ass is toast.
He's just the strangest character who loves this wrestling persona that he has made for himself. It doesn't make any sense. But so he starts to have this kind of like showdown with the Gingerdead Man. The Gingerdead Man has gotten the revolver at this point, by the way. Somehow he's the gun. And it's honestly a little hilarious seeing the Gingerdead Man holding under his arm the entirety of this big-ass gun.
It's pretty funny.
It was really funny to look at. So he's just shooting back and forth at this guy. It does look pretty hilarious. Somehow, Brick manages to get a hold of the Gingerdead Man and just starts eating him. Yep. He kind of just goes crazy on that cookie. It's like he just and it's not. He does not have the texture or consistency of a cookie. It's a little fleshy.
Yeah, he's like a gummy bear.
It actually looks kind of gross. You see him kind of like pull and stretch with it like in his mouth, and then it actually like he like rips the head off, and there's like bits of like bloody fleshy bits inside of it. Like I don't know what this actor was actually consuming, but it looks nasty. And then he finishes up his nastiness, blood all over his mouth. He goes, "Got milk?" Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I hate it.
So we get a little bit of a happy ending here. Mom's still alive. So is Julia. So far, the only deaths have been like Lorna's dad and Lorna herself with a knife in her head, right? So I guess that kind of
The two throwaway characters.
the two
were literally
throwaway
thrown
characters
away.
of the restaurant across the street that threatened to put them out of business. So I guess that's pretty good,
They
right?
apparently knew from childhood.
I had no idea how this works. No idea what any of this kind of stuff is. So then they're all leaving. They're like, hurrah, we did it. We saved the day. Brick is still inside, and he looks at himself in a mirror, and he goes, it's not over yet, girl. Not by a long shot. So now we are to assume that he is possessed by the spirit of Gary Busey inside of a cookie. If you give a Brick a cookie, he's going to turn into Gary Busey is what's
that
going to
was-
happen.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Derek, how would you describe the makeup that they put him in to say, oh, he's possessed now?
100% that was just the vampires from Buffy.
He looks like a vampire from Buffy. Really, really, he does. So he calls Sarah into the building. He tries to kill Sarah, but good thing Amos is here to fight him.
Amos.
Yay. And he just shoots him in the chest really easily. And he's like, haha, you think that's enough to kill me? And then it's still really easy to kill him because all they do is open the door to the oven. And then it is Sarah, Julia, and Amos just push him inside of the oven.
Yep.
And there's a real Sweeney Todd moment, really.
literally it.
That's
Yeah.
all it is. And then that's it. The evil is finished. They're like, oh no, oh Brick, I'm so sorry. And Amos is like, you don't understand. That wasn't Brick anymore. It was the Gingerdead Man or whatever.
Yep.
And so like sad fade away. And then flash forward now, the bakery is having a bake sale.
Outside the bakery.
Outside, they have a table out in front. It says bake sale. You know, look, there is a bakery
There
behind
is a bakery.
you.
Go in it. But they don't.
This is another thing that leads me to assume they were not allowed inside of the bakery,
absolutely.
especially not during the daytime.
Yeah.
It's really stupid. So then there's these two kids that walk up. They're like, hey, do you have any gingerbread cookies? And not a person working at this bakery, she says, oh, yeah, I've got this box. Somebody just dropped off a random box of gingerbread cookies. Here you go.
Okay, so are we to assume?
Are we to assume it's the mother? Or is this the cult of Gary Busey again?
So we're having like a situation here where Gary Busey's body is
Yes.
inside these gingerbread cookies, and they're gonna like start getting spread.
yes, I
And
guess.
we're gonna make an army of Gary Buseys.
Yeah, we got to watch the sequel now. We got to figure out how
A
this thing...
Millard army.
A Millard arm.
A Mill army.
So yes, they open the box and they show like probably 5 or 6 different gingerbread cookies. They all look relatively normal, but then what's that? Their black button eyes suddenly start to become a little more realistic, even
Did
though
that happen?
they just look like googly eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man.
You
I didn't
missed
notice that. I was staring at the screen.
It's there. You can check it out. They have these like regular black eyes, and then they turn more like white and realistic.
What the frick?
But again, honestly, just look like gingerbread cookies, and then we cut to credits. So we assume that these cookies have now taken life as the Gingerdead Men.
The plot synopsis doesn't
soul
even
of-
have that happening.
That's crazy. That's
you see
insane.
something?
No, that's really what happened.
I don't know, man.
That really happened.
I believe you, but I don't know, man.
Well, listen.
I'm going right
You
now.
go look it up right now, and you will see.
So we did time it though. It was 5 minutes of screen time for the Gingerdead
Yes,
Man.
we went back and saw all of the scenes that actually involved the actual Gingerdead Man puppet inside of it. It is just 5 minutes of the movie. 5 minutes of this, now what we've discovered, 55-minute movie.
Yep.
So that means you're telling me that there is
50 minutes.
50 minutes of nothing going on in this movie. Derek's pulled it up right now.
Oh, there it is.
You saw
Yep,
those
the
eyes.
eyes
You saw
changed.
the eyes shift, their normal eyes, and then whoop, they get a little
They
more
just
real.
turn into
They
googly
just turn
eyes.
into googly eyes. That's all it is.
They just turn into googly eyes. What the point?
So what the point?
I lost grammar.
What the point?
What the point? And then ensues the 10-minute
10 minutes
clip show of the movie we just
of
watched.
credits. Gosh, that is Gingerdead Man from 2005.
Oh, Mindelfire.
Oh, Findelmeyer,
Mi-
you
middle
crazy man, you.
Findelmeyer.
Oh God, should we talk about our expectations for this
Yeah.
one? I said it was going to be incredibly predictable, and it was weird because it was when I didn't need it to be, but then not when I really needed it to be predictable. This
same.
movie went in some really stupid directions,
For
if
real,
I'm being
man.
honest.
Fun catchphrases. Fun, some, but not enough. I mean, I pretty much just said them all. He did say, save room for dessert because I'm coming after you.
Oh, that's
which was
right.
pretty good. I
That's-
mean, but that's
really
really
it.
kind of it.
Yeah.
The only really good one is the it sure ain't the Pillsbury fucking doughboy.
Doughboy, haha.
Or I'll kick your little rat ass. Love that
I
scene.
can't believe how many lines of dialogue there are just from him to this rat who had no beef with him
It was
whatsoever.
his longest scene.
Yes,
which is
really.
hilarious.
I can't believe it. So I said outlandish villain, and he sure tried to be one of those funny antagonistic villains, but it kind of failed at most every turn, if I'm being entirely honest.
Yeah, he really did.
They looked at him and they said, stop.
Shocking out of nowhere kills. I mean, like one.
Like one, really.
And even that one was like,
fine, whatever. I said laughable effects, and there really weren't that many moments of effects. They did I'd say a good job of like avoiding showing things as much as they could. All of the kills happened off screen. Any of like the things that would take a bigger budget to make them look good just were avoided entirely. They did not do any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they avoided all of that stuff. I will say the knife in the head was as bloody as it ever got, and that was honestly kind of shocking to me.
that one was kind of decent.
But we failed to mention when the Gingerdead Man came to life, there were like these explosions and weird light effects they had around him
That
in
was
the oven.
wild.
That was a little much and
That was too much.
a little bit laughable.
Barely horror. So actually, it was funny. In one of the Rotten Tomatoes reviews I just read earlier, it said it was a disgrace to call this movie horror, or a
Yes.
disservice to call this movie horror.
Right.
I had written to call this horror is a disservice to the horror genre.
Yes.
Not a disservice to the movie, to the genre.
As a whole,
It is-
absolutely.
this movie was not horror, and to
No.
call it horror is just rude.
It's a bit rude, right? No characters I care about, and I sincerely didn't care about anybody in this movie. In fact, I felt quite the opposite. I couldn't wait until they were hopefully
Oh,
dispatched.
me too, man.
I mean, how sad were we to find out that Amos was a character in the next
Dude,
movie?
I cried. For
He
a
cried.
solid
We
4
stopped
minutes.
the movie, and I had to console Derek for 4 minutes, which I mean almost made this movie almost an hour and,
Oh, we almost made it.
longer
I
time.
should have cried for one more minute.
Should have cried for a little bit longer.
Just cry for me one more minute. That's pretty good. Really sounded bad though. So sorry. Cheesy music. All Hallmark shit.
The whole time.
Someone's getting
can't.
murdered. It's like they accidentally slipped and hit the wrong music.
Oh God.
Oh no! I put the soundtrack to Sexy
Terrible.
Snowman movie.
Terrible. My final expectation was the size of the Gingerdead Man will vary, and I was actually wrong about that one. It seems like
Yeah,
they
you
really only had maybe 1 or 2 puppets, and the sizing stayed consistent the whole
I think
time.
they just had the one.
Yeah, really, just the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No plot at all, dude. That was not a plot here. I mean, you can. That's a testament to how long it took us to talk through the movie.
Yeah.
and how much bullshitting we've done this episode. That there was no movie.
No,
here.
we flew through that movie because arguably, if you cut out all the nonsense fluff, there's maybe a 10-minute long movie total.
I mean, that's being
and that's
generous.
being generous. That's
very
being generous.
We should release the
The
Snyder
generous cut.
Okay, yeah, the generous cut. Snyder cut also sounds funny.
That's pretty good too. We'll release the Busey cut. Surprises for this one here. I was surprised with.
Wow, you got way more surprises than I did.
Yeah, I really. The two of us sat there trying to write out our surprises. Like, what
Yeah,
is
man.
there to say?
There aren't any.
No, really. This movie is kind of what you would expect. I was surprised at how little this Gingerdead Man was actually in the movie. Way too much of anyone else. And I can't believe I'm sitting here wishing I had more of this murderous cookie
I
voiced
need
by
more.
Gary Busey. But I really, really needed more of him, right?
did too.
I'm surprised that there's even more of these movies, let alone... I'm surprised that there's even one of these movies, let alone several
Well,
of
and
them.
the fact that he becomes an antagonist in other movie
several
series.
of the Bong movies.
Give me the Avengers of Bong and Gingerdead
We
Man.
just need to have like a Gingerdead Man marathon where it's nothing but these. Let's hold a festival next Christmas.
But we'll do all the Snyder cuts. So
Yes.
it will only be the bits with Gingerdead Man. in it.
okay,
We'll
yeah,
have like an hour.
We can do that. We can just marathon like 20 of these movies in like,
25
in an
minutes,
hour.
30 minutes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got this.
we
No
got this.
problem. The puppet was honestly the most impressive part, and I do have to mention, I recently took a trip to Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
And while I was out in Vegas, I found this really cool place out in Boulder City. I want to say it is called Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. Really cool place. If you're ever out in Vegas, you should go check it out. It's like 30 minutes outside of Vegas, but anyway, it is a museum where this special effects man Tom Devlin, who has done work in a lot of different movies, probably movies we've watched or will watch, if I'm being entirely honest.
Yeah.
He has put up a bunch of displays of monsters from famous movies. You got Frankenstein and the Mummy is there. You got Leatherface and Ash from Evil Dead, like several of the Jasons from all the Friday the 13th movies. In one of the display cases, though, he actually has the screen-used Gingerdead Man from this movie, and I saw it. I was in front
there.
of greatness.
You have a picture of it.
I was in front of
You
Gary
should post that
Busey.
on our social.
I'll post it. I'll attach the picture because it was actually really, really funny to me. Because funny enough, actually, in the lobby that they have where they sell some merch for the store, they had a mask that you could wear of the Gingerdead Man. I was like, oh, how
didn't
funny.
buy that?
No, I really... Now, knowing that now, I am kicking myself. I really should have.
Should have, dude.
But so... Maybe one day I'll go back. But so they had the mask. I was like, oh, haha, that's funny. I recognize that face. Then I got in and I was like, they have the guy.
There he is.
He's right here, the Gingerdead. I'm such a fan. Wow. I mean, I wasn't yet, but now, knowing what I know now, I got to go back in time.
You know things now, Mary.
But anyway,
Terrible things.
the puppet was the most impressive part of this movie anyway. But yeah, Tom Devlin's Monster Museum, real cool place. You should check it out. The knife kill on Lorna was pretty surprising.
Yeah.
And then I did love the Gingerdead Man driving a car. And then when he was yelling at the rat, those were like my favorite parts. Bar none.
Absolutely. I mean, my surprises are all basically the same thing. We talked through it, but the minutes of the Gingerbread Man, that one kill with the knife shocked me. It literally surprised me.
Actually.
The lack of any substance, the fact that they didn't even take any care for like the making of the cookies kind of surprises me. Like they literally just didn't care at all.
They just slopped it on. They're like,
which
yep, that's
is
a cookie.
It's fine. It's whatever.
It's whatever.
And yeah.
That's it. That's all the surprises we got.
I mean,
Sorry,
we
guys.
talked through it for 3 years. I don't need to.
Yeah, we did the
keep
best
going.
we could. So, verdict time.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that was horrible, guys. I really started this movie thinking we'd be in for a laughably fun time, but this one was just a letdown at every possible moment. I hated the characters, hated how little we saw of the Gingerdead Man, and honestly hated the resolution for it. So, I may be a bah humbug, but this movie was no delicious Christmas treat at all. This cookie was so burnt, it had turned into coal.
Nice.
Thank
Pretty
you.
good.
Thank you. Mic
Gingerdead Man was a waste of time because that was horrible as well.
Yes, absolutely.
It had some fun laughs, but at the end of the day, I was bored the entire time. There was that one scene with the rat that was enjoyable, and everything else just made me groan. Go buy some cookies from a local bakery and watch Shrek 2. You will have a better gingerbread experience. It will be better than this half-baked film.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Half-baked.
Half-baked. Hey, that's good. That's good. Very good, Derek. Yes.
Oh, my
Bleh,
boy.
bleh. It is me, Count Trivia.
Hey, have you been in any boxing matches with Science Gym or High Horse?
Boxing? No, but I'd like to. I'd like to suck him a real pow right in the kisser.
Well,
I
don't know if a boxing match means what you think it does with those guys.
What is the boxing
All right,
match
what
mean to
trivia
him?
you got for us today?
Yeah, no, take your trivia, please, because I've actually got some beef with a rat over here. He's been talking mad shit, saying Nosferatu is way better than me. So I gotta go.
I mean, listen, man. Everybody really loves Bill Skarsgård. You're in trouble.
He's gone now. It's fine. Don't bring up the BS words. Trivia for this one, not a lot, unfortunately.
Big surprise.
Just like you couldn't really find that much information, I could not find much trivia for this movie. So here's exactly what I found on IMDb.com. Production of the film actually dates back to 2001 when William Butler wrote a script for the film. Much of Butler's original script ended up being rewritten, and even the original design was changed. There was even a planned action figure based on the original design, and a teaser trailer that was made during pre-production with a summer 2001 date attached as well.
What?
That just
Wild.
never came to be.
What the hell?
Nothing ever happened with that. Lead actress Robin Sidney, who played Sarah, met her husband, Charles Band, who was the director of this movie, during filming. It was the first of several films she did for Full Moon.
Yeah, she's a reoccurring character in all of the Bond movies.
They got married 18 years later. So they were just
barely.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Yeah, so that means they just barely got married.
They got married in 2023.
That's insane.
Wait, after the movie, it was 2019-ish.
Yes.
The movie was in 2001.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to
Yay,
Robin Sidney and Charles
they're
Band.
married.
Proud of you for marriage.
Do you think he put a wedding band on her finger?
That's good.
Think
That's
they had
good.
a band.
That's
at the
good.
wedding?
And then they got the band back together,
Yeah,
and they rocked out.
It
They
was a
saved the
band of
music
people.
hall. And then
Like he cut his finger, he put a Band-Aid on it.
that's good. You got any more bands in you?
I don't think
your
there's
band.
I don't think there's any. I band together, and there isn't anymore.
Okay. This one was really
That joke is now banned.
okay. That's good. This one really. It's not great, but it's kind of hilarious and not at the same time. So get this. During production one day, a random person not involved with the film who happened to be near the set accidentally interrupted filming when he called an ambulance believing he was having a heart attack.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
That's so sad.
But he was just nearby and he's like, I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm going to call an ambulance. And then they're filming the movie and then an ambulance shows up.
Oh my God. That's
Can
so
you
sad.
imagine the guy coming
I
in?
hope
He's like,
he's okay.
oh boy, I'm here to save lives. I'm a paramedic. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck
What are they doing with that little cookie?
I love how you acted like that brick with his stupid wrestling.
I'm a wrestler.
I'm a paramedic.
You can't see it, but you can hear it in my voice. This is what
I'm
I'm
a
doing.
pair of medics.
I'm a pair of medics. I have the power of two medics inside one body.
Is that what paramedic stands
It
for?
must be,
No, because
right?
para, like para.
There's
whole
roots
body
within
medic.
Latin and
It's
whatever.
whole body.
But yeah, that was Gingerdead Man from 2005. Thank you so much for joining us. Derek, what is our next Christmas-themed movie
We're
going to
be watching Black Christmas, but not the good one.
Not
We're
the
going to
good
be
one.
watching the remake from 2006. with
starring
the 13%.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's in
Yeah.
that one, and I think it'd be really good. I'm very curious because actually I kind of really want to watch the
Me too.
original.
It's coming back to theaters right now.
Ooh, wait, shit. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll go
maybe
see
we
that.
should go see it.
Because, yeah, according to what I know, again, I've never seen the movie, I hear Black Christmas from 1974 is really good.
Yeah, everyone talks about it being like the best Christmas movie. So.
Exactly. So it's on a lot
Well,
of lists.
Christmas
So,
horror.
but then Black Christmas 2006 is not so good. Derek, do you have a synopsis for Black Christmas
I
2006?
did, and then I clicked away from it because I thought we were moving on.
No,
And
that's
I will go back.
fine.
On Christmas Eve, an escaped maniac returns to his childhood home, which is now a sorority house, and begins to murder the sorority sisters one by one.
We'll catch you next time, catching up on Black Christmas from 2006.
Yeah.
Before we send you on your way, it's time. You know him, you love him. It's Garfield. Garfield's here to talk to you about the latest Garfield Horoscope for December 7th of 2024.
Garfield.
Oh, Garfield, we
Wait.
love you. We love Garfield. Easy peasy today. We got three panels here. I'll just tell you exactly how they go. The first, they're all just Garfield thinking to himself, the best part of being a cat?
Pretty good.
Easy. Santa can't bring you socks and underwear for Christmas. And he's, I want to be the good spirit of Garfield in this one.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to be the concept of just being 3 panels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah. So in this situation, be the kind-spirited Garfield in this situation, right? Like, yes, he is making a funny joke about like how he doesn't like getting socks and underwear for Christmas, but like see the bright side of situations, whatever it is. Like find what is good about you being a cat in your everyday life. What is the great part about being a cat to you this Christmas season, or the holiday season, whatever it is you celebrate this time of year. But there's lots of good things about it, right?
Yeah, I like the idea of just keeping it simple.
Nice and simple. I mean, take it like the middle panel. The middle panel, one word. Easy. Take it
just
easy.
be simple. Not everything has to be complicated. Not everything has to have a million meanings.
Why'd you have to go make things so
That's pretty good. Or constipated if you're Weird Al Yankovic.
Constipated if that's your thing.
Anyway, just keep it simple. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid.
Kiss. K-I-S. Keep it simple. Oh, there's 3. I see.
Simple,
I get you.
stupid.
Simple, stupid. Well, that's mean. I don't know about that. It's kind of rude.
Keep it simple and stupid.
That's fair. You know what's not rude, though? Giving us the wonderful gift this holiday season of checking us out on our socials. It really does help us get out there into the world and have people find us in our little podcast. We love all of you that choose to listen, but we would love it even more if there were so many more of you, Like, tell your friends about this silly little podcast.
Tell your mom's cousins.
Tell your mom's cousins, your cousin's moms, anybody,
Your dentist.
Your dentist. Your
therapist.
dentist cousin, your dentist mom.
Maybe don't tell your therapist about us because they'll worry about us.
They might.
But-
They look into that and be like, these folks need help.
No,
these
just
these
tell
horror
people.
boys, they're talking to ChatGPT about Gingerdead Frankenstein.
I forgot we did that.
But please do us the wonderful gift this holiday season to check us out on social medias. We are on Instagram at _was_horrible, Twitter at TWH Podcast, Facebook at That Was Horrible Podcast, YouTube at That Was Horrible, and TikTok at That Was Horrible.
Yeah, go check out High Horse's his debut.
Yes.
He was really excited.
We'll be making a couple more of those shorts for each episode that we've done. There's a lot of fun and weird antics, and so hopefully that'll help pull some people in to check out even more weird stuff. Just the other day, we were going through our podcast. We're like, did we say this? What is this?
I don't remember.
This is crazy nonsense. All of these things.
In another year, I'm going to look back at this one and be like, I didn't say that.
I don't remember talking about Gingerdead Frankenstein.
I'm going to be like, Derek, why didn't you edit that out of the episode?
Because it's for you guys.
For you guys.
Because we're
Don't
out
cancel
here.
me.
We're
Actually
real,
really nice.
We're real and we're raw. Thank you for listening to us and all of our weird antics. This is the true, as unfiltered as possible version of ourselves.
There it
I
is.
guess.
Yep.
But yeah. So thanks for listening. So we'll see you next time. As always, Garfield
be with you.
Stay spooky.
Goodbye.